Hi everyone and welcome for joining us for episode 3 of our 4-part webinar series. Thank you for joining us again. Whether you've been with us from episode 1 or tuning in for the first time, we're glad to have you here. As with the previous sessions, the webinar is designed to be concise, practical and easy to follow, while still giving you useful information you can apply to your day-to-day broking.
Across the series, we've been outlining what we do, what we don't do, and key highlights across our 4 divisions to help build a clearer understanding of NBS. Today's episode focuses on commercial combined, where we'll explore our appetite, the types of businesses we support, and the key areas of cover we provide.
I'm Jess Inman. I'm the Business Development Manager for the North.
I'm Nadine, the Business Development Executive supporting Jess in the North.
And I'm Alfie, I'm the Development Underwriter supporting the North.
So these are the 4 divisions within NBS. Each is supported by specialist underwriters, allowing for a more tailored support and expertise.
Our SME package is underwritten from our head office in Bingley and covers small to medium hospitality and leisure risks. This division is typically very fast paced, with around half of the quotes processed instantly by AutoQuote, and the rest we aim to underwrite within 1 to 2 hours of submission.
Our commercial package is also underwritten from our head office in Bingley and focuses on the larger, more complex risks, generally handled by our more senior underwriters. These risks are usually processed within 2 to 4 working hours.
Our property and household division is a specialist team based in our Bexhill-on-Sea office, with quotes typically returned within 2 hours of submission.
And finally, our PI package, another specialist team based in our Hitchin office, with quotes typically returned within 2 hours of submission.
Across our divisions, we offer a range of different products. This slide provides an overview of what's available within our commercial division, and we'll go into each of these products in more detail throughout the presentation.
You'll see here we can support a variety of sectors, including licensed trade, contractors combined, commercial combined, third sector, community and non-for-profit organisation, excess of loss liability, and care, home and dom care.
These products are designed to provide flexible, tailored solutions for a broad range of commercial and specialist risks, depending on the needs of the business. So I'll pass you over to Alfie now, who will take you into more detail on each product. If anyone has any questions, if you just pop them in the Q&A and we'll come back to them at the end. Thank you.
So starting with our licensed trade, we have our nightclub scheme, which includes late night bars, live music venues and gentlemen's clubs. We have our standard nightclub risks, which typically close during the day and open late into the early hours of the morning. They often have dance floors, events, music, including live acts and DJs. We have no limit on opening hours for nightclubs and have even written 24-hour venues in the past. Next, we have late night bars, operating more as a pub or wine bar during the day, but with a late license that goes beyond 2 a.m. These also have a dance floor and live music and would typically be open during the day and may even serve food. Live music venues is for risks where the majority of the trade is from live music acts performing. Typically, this is from a stage or dedicated area, likely to include a dance floor and may have a late license. Events tend to be ticketed, so numbers are controlled. Gentlemen's clubs, these risks offer performances by dancers, which can be employees or most commonly third-party contractors, often accompanied by late license and background music. We also have the option for with activities. This would be for a risk that doesn't fit onto the other standard options or where the nightclub offers additional activities. This can be things like virtual darts, escape rooms, activity venues, which are becoming more and more common. Our maximum sum insured for these risks would be 20 million for both material damage and business interruption. This generally determines the type of venues we write, which is typically small to medium-sized venues. Moving on to our contractors combined scheme. Contractors is something that we've been writing for a long time, but on a liabilities only basis. Off the back of broker feedback, we updated this, and we've updated this to include a combined offering covering both the works liabilities under a single policy. This includes property damage cover, business interruption cover, goods in transit, contract works, plant cover, tools cover, and a bit of PI cover. Some highlights of this product is that we can cover businesses with multiple trades. We offer EL and PL cover up to 10 million. And even though these are more complex risks, we still aim to have quotes returned within a few hours. What we like to see are risks with more than 3 years experience in the trade, clients with low claims, and businesses that are part of trade associations. If you're unsure about a particular risk, just speak to one of our underwriters before submitting a quote. We may be able to consider it depending on the details. Some of the risks that we would typically avoid would be employees' liability only, offshore work in hazardous locations, roofing and scaffolding contractors in isolation, hot roof works, demolition works, wet civil engineering, timber frame buildings exceeding 3 stories, and cover for existing structures. Our commercial combined scheme is designed to cover a wide range of commercial risks. This policy supports businesses across multiple trades and sectors with over 600 trade categories available and the ability to add up to 10 locations under a single policy. What we like to see here are your wholesale risks, woodworking, textiles and fashion, metal workers and engineers. It's a flexible scheme in terms of the covers that we can give. For example, we can give material damage only cover if needed, liability only cover if needed, as well as including cover for contents, stock, goods in transit, money cover, and all risk cover, just to name a few. On commercial combined, we have also now gone live with new technology backed by AI, which allows us to quote directly from a manual presentation rather than having the risk keyed into our portal. This can be a PDF submission, a Word document, or even just an email with the risk details. We can use this to populate our system and then quote in the usual way. This has helped us to maintain quick turnaround times, even with more complex risks. These submissions go to our quotes inbox, which is quotes@nbsunderwriting.co.uk. Here are some of the trades we can consider. So there's a few on there, but it's not limited to the ones on the screen. We'll just pause so you can have a little read of those. Next, we have our third sector scheme, which is aimed at community risks, charities, and not-for-profit organisation. These products do exactly what it says on the tin. It's a package policy that includes cover for property damage, business interruption, and liabilities in this space. We can provide cover for community groups, food and clothing banks, museums, and charities. We can cover local pubs or post offices that are run by the village. We can also cover risks where organisations are providing advice or training. We see a lot of village halls on this scheme, which tend to be really competitive for us. The main areas that fall outside of appetite on this scheme are religious buildings or any rehabilitation-based risks, such as drug or alcohol abuse services. Excess of loss liability is one of our newer products, designed to provide the additional public liability cover above the limits of the primary policy. It's suitable for a wide range of trades and businesses. This policy is backed by Allied World, which allows us to follow a primary policy that we may have written with Hadron or Accelerant. We are also able to offer excess of loss cover for trades where we wouldn't necessarily provide the underlying primary policy, as the excess is rarely triggered. Examples would include scaffolders and roofers. Layers we can cover are 1 million over 1 million, 4 million over 1 million, and 9 million over 1 million, as well as 3 million over 2 million, 8 over 2 million, and most commonly 5 over 5 million. We can write short-term policies subject to a minimum policy period of 4 months, and premiums are typically low, starting from around £300. Lastly, we have our care products. This slide highlights our care home scheme, which can accommodate single locations. We also have a separate multi-care home scheme, which can accommodate up to 10 homes on one policy, provided it is all the same ownership. Here we're looking at the single premises. So our appetite includes residential care homes, nursing care homes for the elderly, supported living accommodation for the elderly, and day centres catering to the elderly. The definition of elderly includes mentally or physically disabled individuals and those with learning difficulties, where more than 75% of the service users are over the age of 55. Risks we typically avoid would be homes for under 18s, homes for service users who have been sectioned under the Mental Health Act, hospices, and homes for palliative care. Standard covers we give include PL for 10 million, EL for 10 million, and medical malpractice for 10 million, as well as loss of registration for 50,000. We can then also add bespoke covers based on the insured's needs for resident effects, building sum insured, content sum insured, business interruption, stock, money, and book debts. All care homes must be appropriately registered with the Quality Care Commission, or CQC, or equivalent for Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. New ventures must have previous experience in the industry, with examples of previous homes with CQC ratings. Minimum CQC rating of good is required, although we can consider risks with requires improvements. We can also accept an incidental amount of agency supplied workers as long as they are trained and supervised. Finally, we have our domiciliary care scheme. Our target business for dom care risks include established operators, ideally 3+ years trading, a franchising operating model, predominantly elderly care, low-risk care services such as assisting with shopping and laundry. Risks we typically avoid include care for anyone under the age of 18, services weighted towards users with alcohol dependency or challenging behaviour, new ventures without any previous experience, businesses with a CQC rating of requires improvement or worse, and EL cover only. Cover on this scheme is primarily EL and PL. 10 million PL is a standard option, with also the option to add some premises exposure. So if premises exposure is needed, there's general contents included for 30,000, all risk cover for business equipment away from the office, goods in transit, money, book debts, BI cover, loss of registration. We also have a bespoke legal expenses add-on for this scheme, specifically for domiciliary care risks, and this is also included for £250,000. Prompting or administering medication to service users is acceptable under this scheme as long as it's directed by a GP or district nurse. Cover is also on a claims-made basis for this scheme, so we'll also request a retroactive date when quoting. It was previously a closed scheme, so if you don't have access to any of the care products, just get in touch and we can open these up for you.
So why NBS? We offer a quick turnaround on quotations with the flexibility to prioritise urgent cases when required. We have a broad product range with more than 40 products currently available. We provide a responsive service, giving you direct access to our underwriters via live chat, telephone, or through the portal. We deliver a consistent and reliable service, giving you confidence that you'll receive the same high standards of care and responsiveness every time. Each broker has a dedicated business development contact for personal support, and underwriters that are experts in their own divisions, so they're able to provide accurate quotes and clear and practical advice. Here you can see our full product overview showing everything that we do here at NBS.
And that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you for your time today.
And if anyone has any questions, if you just pop them in the Q&A, and we'll be able to answer those for you now, or feel free to follow up after the session with one of us. If no one has any questions, we'll leave things there. And like I say, if anyone needs anything, just follow up with one of us after the session. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.